Good morning to you. It's 8:14, and he is Al Lockard. He is the new director of Indiana County's Veterans Affairs Office, joining us this morning. And we had him here last week talking about the Indiana County Veterans Marathon, the In-First Veterans Marathon, I guess is the official title, isn't it, Al?
Yeah, that's correct.
And now we get to talk to you a little bit about that because I'm interested in the results and everything. You were just telling me the winner of the half marathon was Jim Nance's grandson.
Right.
Jordan Nance.
Yeah. That's the information I was given.
Wow.
His family came out to support him, and as a result of winning that particular race, he is also the RRCA state champion half marathon.
How about that? He is 32 years of age, and he ran it the half marathon in 1:21:18. Congratulations to him. Now, the marathon itself, the final results, Jonathan Pinkerton, 45 years old, won the marathon with a time of 2:55:07. And how about Mindy Sawtell? Wow.
Yeah, she's something else. I've known Mindy for quite a many years and ran with her over the years, and I've ran towards her. I guess I've never been able to keep up with her.
You've watched her disappear in the distance.
I have in the distance. That's correct.
She Mindy Sawtell Zatola was second overall finisher and top female at 3:11:56. She's amazing. Just amazing.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of amazing women, you are replacing one at the Indiana County Courthouse at the Department of Veterans Affairs. And my goodness, to say goodbye to someone who served that long, but to be able to step into her shoes, if you will,
right,
is a wonderful thing for you. Brenda Stormer was there for a lot of years and did a lot of good things.
She did. And, my hat's off to her and the work that she has done for the veteran community. We're going to continue with that. We're going to build on some things. Of course, when you bring somebody in, your expectations are fresh ideas, different outlook, get involved with the community in different ways that were done before. So that's my role. When I was asked by the commissioners to come in and take over the office, we're going to modernize the office, bring it up to speed a little bit. We're going to reach out to the community. That's why I'm here today. Just get the word out and ask anybody that's a veteran or even somebody that might know a veteran that's in need of assistance through the VA or other programs that they might not be aware of to please reach out to my office.
I don't know that I know that every county does not have a position such as yours, a Department of Veterans Affairs. And that Indiana County does is a really special thing, isn't it?
It is. It truly is. And I think that's something that, hats off to the county commissioners, whomever it was that started this many, many years ago. I mean, Brenda was in the position for over 44 years. And prior to that, I guess somebody was telling me the other day I'm only the fourth Indiana County Veterans Affairs Director since the beginning of this. And the unique thing here is, as you mentioned, Todd, not every county provides those assistances to the individual veterans within their community. So they have to either reach outside of their counties or quite possibly go as far as maybe Altoona or Pittsburgh to seek the same help that they get right here in their own community.
So what is the official mandate of the Indiana County Department of Veterans Affairs? What is it that you are tasked with doing?
Okay. Well, it comes with several different roles. Of course, my main focus is going to be making sure that we get all of the needs of the veterans met in the sense of applying for what's referred to as pension and compensation claims, tax exemptions, filing for individuals that are looking to get assistance with their maybe hearing aids, medical needs. We have a CBOC located right here in the community, which is basically it's a clinic for veterans that was established by the outsourcing of Altoona. So James E. Van Zant has put a clinic here so that our veterans don't have to drive all the way to Altoona or Pittsburgh, let's say, or even Butler, to get medical care, the care that they may not normally be able to get elsewhere.
And that's a big part of what you're able to do is direct people and sort of act as a clearinghouse for whatever their needs might be. If it's not something that the county has a direct hand in, you certainly know where to direct them to find the help that they need.
Yeah, and in a lot of cases, Todd, these are programs that are run by and provided to the veterans through the federal government. Mm-hmm. There are a few programs that are available to the individual residents within Indiana County as a result of the county commissioners and the courthouse. But the vast majority of the things that I do are either state or federally funded. So, we reach out, and right now, one of the big things that we're dealing with that you may or may not have heard of in the news is, of course, the title of it in itself, the Agent Orange issue with veterans. We're dealing with that, but then the federal government has extended that a little bit. Now they're dealing with veterans who are called blue water veterans. These are veterans that sailed within 13 nautical miles of the coast of Vietnam and Cambodia. Mm-hmm. So individuals will be receiving, if they have not already, I know we've had several already reach out to our office, if they served during that period of service and they were on a ship that may have met that nautical mileage requirement, they will be receiving letters explaining to them that they should come into our office so that we can prepare a claim for them and send that in.
As the World War II generation is rapidly declining, and we are losing those men and women very quickly, Korean War veterans as well. The Vietnam generation is really, really aging quickly, and they, of course, have whole different experiences. And Agent Orange and all of the different issues that they dealt with in Vietnam, much different than the previous generation of warriors that the United States sent into battle. Just as since that time, those in the Persian Gulf Wars and the various military actions since then, they'll have their own issues. It really does go. And not only from war generations, but from generations period. The issues that veterans deal with, they're different, aren't they?
They certainly are. I mean, you see, as you mentioned, you have the Korean War veterans. Our World War II veteran population has declined significantly. We don't have many left. Which brings me to mind the Veterans Provider Group program that we have has a project called the Legacy Project. We are trying to capture those stories before these individuals are gone. So if you know of a World War II veteran, a Korean War veteran, a Vietnam era veteran, or Desert Storm Afghanistan, if you know somebody like that might be interested in participating, call our office. We will put them in touch with the people they need to be in touch with so that they can get their story out there, so it's captured and kept here in the community so people can see that for future generations.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the project you mentioned for the Vietnam veterans. And then you'll deal with issues of the first Gulf War and the subsequent actions, even all the way up to today. And people who are veterans who did not even serve in wartime, but were there for us standing in the defense of freedom as well.
Correct. And, it's really interesting how the government decides who's considered to be a wartime veteran and who's not. Obviously, individuals that serve during the time of conflict are considered to be a wartime soldier. Mm-hmm. Doesn't necessarily mean that they were deployed to a specific area or country, but they are nonetheless, they're considered to be a wartime soldier. Yeah. Talk about dealing with different things. It's funny. I was just doing some research the other day, and I was looking at PTSD information, mm-hmm. because that's a big thing that we deal with today with our soldiers who are returning home from Iraq and Afghanistan. I thought, where was that back in World War II? You know, where was that in Korea? You never heard of PTSD. This is something new terminology. And I found it funny to read that actually they didn't call it PTSD. They called it shell shock back then. So, you know, they deal with different, as you said, different terminology, different age groups, different soldiers returning with different issues. We've got individuals now who are coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan, and they're dealing with these terrible things where they were exposed to these burn piles, and as a result of being exposed to the burn piles, you know, they ingested these different types of chemicals, which are creating problems now, significant issues for those individuals.
Yeah, and so many of the issues that veterans deal with now have to do with concussions just from being around the explosions that they have of necessity with their service they're exposed to, and their brains are injured, and all of those have to be dealt with. So that's where your office comes in.
Yeah, we not only provide from the sense of making sure they get the medical attention. That's first and foremost. We need to make sure we get these guys taken care of. But we also deal with the long-term stuff. So we're making sure that these individuals have the opportunity to get long-term assistance. You know, we through this office where we have the opportunity and ability to at least point them in the right direction to get motorized wheelchairs or accessible entry into their home if they are in a wheelchair or don't have the ability to get up a set of steps. There's so many different things that, without trying to cover all of them here today, what I would say to people is, if you think in one form, fashion, or another that there's something there you need to talk to my office about, please do not hesitate to reach out to our office. We'd be happy to speak with you. Okay,
so for folks who want to do that, what's the phone number or the website that they can access?
Right. So the website it's Lockard, Lockard, at indianacountypa.gov, or you can call us at 724-465-3815.
Email him or call him. He's available for you either way. Al Lockard, the great staff, Indiana County Veterans Affairs Office. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks,
today.
Todd.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160 and 101.1.